Wired charging. Standard wired charging is where every smartphone charging story begins, and for most of the 2010s, it was the only option anyone had. You plug in your phone. Electricity flows from the adapter through the cable into the battery. The battery stores it. Simple, but here is what nobody tells you. Not all chargers are equal. Even when the cable fits, plug your phone into the cheap charger that came free with a power bank. Then plug it into the original charger that came with the phone. The difference in charging speed can be 40 minutes on the same battery. Same cable, same port, completely different result. This happens because standard charging has no communication between the charger and the phone. The charger pushes power, the phone accepts whatever it receives. There is no negotiation. This is exactly the problem that every charging technology after it was built to solve. Fast charging. Fast charging. You are leaving the house in 20 minutes. Your phone is at 11%. You know the feeling, that specific panic of watching a slow charging bar and calculating whether it will be enough. Fast charging was built for exactly this moment. Standard charging delivers around 5 watts of power to your battery. Fast charging pushes significantly more, anywhere from 18 watts to 25 watts on most mid-range phones. More watts means more energy entering the battery per second. More energy per second means a faster charge. The way this works is through a conversation between the charger and the phone. When you plug in a fast charger, the charger and phone communicate. The phone tells the charger what it can handle. The charger adjusts its output accordingly. A phone at 20% on a standard 5-watt charger needs over an hour to reach full. The same phone on an 18-watt fast charger reaches full in under 40 minutes. That gap changes how you manage your day. Super fast charging. If standard fast charging solved the overnight problem, super fast charging solved the 5-minute problem. Chinese smartphone brands, Xiaomi, OnePlus, Oppo, Vivo, pushed charging speeds to levels that seemed impossible just a few years ago. 65 watts, 100 watts, 120 watts, 240 watts on the most extreme implementations. To achieve this, the technology splits the charging process. Instead of pushing all the power through one path into the battery, the phone's charging system divides the battery into 2 sections and charges both simultaneously. Double the paths means double the speed without doubling the heat on a single battery cell. Too much heat degrades the battery faster. The engineering behind super fast charging is not just about pushing more watts, it is about pushing more watts without destroying the battery in the process. The limitation is the ecosystem. USB power delivery, the universal standard. USB power delivery, or USB PD, is the universal charging standard built into the USB-C specification. Any charger with USB PD and any phone with USB-C that supports PD can communicate, negotiate, and charge at the best speed that both support. In real life, this means one USB PD charger on your desk can fast charge your phone, your laptop, your tablet, and your wireless earbuds, all from the same adapter. iPhones, since the iPhone 15, use USB PD over USB-C. Most modern Android phones support it alongside their own proprietary fast charging. The universal future of charging already exists. It just coexists with a dozen brand-specific standards that charge faster within their own ecosystems. Wireless charging. The moment you use wireless charging for the first time, going back to cables feels unnecessarily complicated. You set the phone down on a pad. Charging begins. No alignment needed. It works through electromagnetic induction. A coil inside the charging pad generates an electromagnetic field. A corresponding coil inside the phone converts that field back into electrical current. The current limitation of standard Qi is speed. Basic Qi wireless charging delivers 5 to 7.5 watts, slower than even standard wired charging. For the 20-minute emergency charge before leaving the house, a cable is still faster. Fast wireless charging. Wireless charging has the convenience. It just needed the speed. Apple's MagSafe charges iPhones at up to 25 watts wirelessly, using a ring of magnets built into the back of the phone to align perfectly with the charging pad every time. Samsung's wireless charging reaches 15 watts on compatible pads. Some Android manufacturers have pushed wireless charging to 50 watts, fast enough to charge a phone in around 40 minutes without touching a cable. Charging wirelessly at high speeds every day accelerates battery aging faster than wired charging at the same speed. Most phones manage this with thermal throttling, reducing wireless charging speed when the temperature rises, but it is a real long-term consideration. Reverse wireless charging. Every charging technology so far moves power from a charger into your phone. Reverse wireless charging flips this. Your phone becomes the charger. Place wireless earbuds on the back of the phone. The phone charges them. Place a friend's phone back-to-back with yours. Power transfers from one battery to the other. Most implementations of reverse wireless charging deliver between 2 and 5 watts, enough to slowly top up earbuds or a smartwatch, but not fast enough to meaningfully charge another phone in any reasonable time frame. Sharing 5% battery with a friend's phone to keep their music playing. Practical. Emergency charging a dead phone to usable levels. Not realistic at 2 watts. GaN charging. GaN stands for gallium nitride, and it is a material change that solved one of the most annoying physical problems with fast chargers. Traditional fast chargers use silicon components. Silicon handles power conversion, changing the voltage from a wall outlet to what your phone's battery needs, but it generates significant heat in the process. Managing that heat requires physical size. GaN components handle the same power conversion more efficiently, generating less heat in the process. They are one of the most practical upgrades available for anyone who charges devices while traveling. Solar charging. Solar charging converts sunlight directly into electricity that charges your phone, and it sounds more capable than it currently is. Dedicated solar charging panels for smartphones exist as external accessories. In real life, direct solar charging of a smartphone is slow, significantly slower than any wired or wireless method. A phone-sized solar panel in direct sunlight generates roughly 1 to 2 watts under ideal conditions. At 1 watt, charging a modern smartphone battery from empty to full would take over 20 hours of direct sunlight. Charging and battery health. Every charging method discussed in this video shares one common effect: they all degrade your battery over time. Every time the battery goes from full to empty and back to full, it loses a tiny fraction of its total capacity. After 500 cycles, most batteries retain around 80% of their original capacity. After 1,000, less. If you found this useful, like the video and subscribe. I explain everything about smartphones in simple language, so you will not want to miss the next one.